Now, we will proceed with law and government. The next important thing is maintaining law and order. Well, as we know, maintaining peace and law and order is one of the most important work of the government. So, what is important here is to make laws. Once the laws are formulated, then the enforcement of the law is very important, because if the law is drafted and it's not implemented, then that law is useless. Next come to the enforcement of laws. So laws are enforced to fight against injustice or to work around the problem of injustice or inequality. So understanding the problem of injustice or inequality are another area, or you can say the major areas that the government works around. And finally, based on the law and enforcement codes, can give certain orders which have to be followed by the people or the residents. Now, the next important topic that we will move is the philosophies and the types of governments. So, we will first understand the basic philosophies. There are two basic philosophies which are known as leftist and rightist. We also called it as a left wing and right wing. Now, this diagram will help you to understand the philosophy in more better way. This extreme corner shows the leftist ideas and this extreme corner shows the rightist ideas. So you have a kind of authority and individualism, which is predominantly important for the philosophy, that is the rightist philosophy. However, leftist philosophy are based on the idea of equality and liberty. So, equality and liberty is the basic sole idea of leftist philosophy, also providing social equality. Now, here the government would support for disadvantaged. However, in rightist, they have the strong feeling for nationalism and the basic idea are driven from the market forces. So here we have the market forces that comes into play, and it's merely the government that is providing help to each and everyone. Well, next come up with the types of government. Here the few terms that we will understand in details, like the first is democracy. It means people give power to the government. So it's of the people, for the people and by the people. So that the basic definition of democracy here, we have the government that explains each and every actions to the people. Here the people cast the vote, elect the government, and the government explains each and every action that it is doing to the people. The common act under democracy for nowadays that is very popular is RTI. It means Right to Information Act. So that's again the government is explaining each and every act to the people. The next one is monarchy. Monarchy means where you have the king, queen or a small group of people who come to power and makes the decision. Once they come to power, they don't explain or define their action. They just give the order, and those are to be followed by the common man around. So the ordinary man and the women of the region just follow the order given to them by their monarchy or by their king, queen or a small group of people who are elected. But here the ordinary man cannot question. Neither the king will define their action, whatever they are doing. They can do as per their choice without giving any explanation to the common people. After monarchy, next we have aristocracy. Under aristocracy, we have the noble birth that holds hereditary. So, the son of the king would become the king. So, that's a kind of aristocracy system that we have the hereditary title. For example, like the Queen Elizabeth, now next successor will become Queen Elizabeth II. So, that a kind of aristocracy setup we can say. Now next we will come up with dictatorship. Under dictatorship we have absolute authority. Hitler and Mussolini are the good example of dictatorship. In dictatorship we have absolute authority. As I said earlier, it means whatever has been ordered, it has to be followed. Well, the last one here is republican. Let me tell you children, it's not exactly a part of government, but we are discussing here because it is a most common setup that is prevalent in United States and has been in news recently. Well, in United States, they have two political parties. One is the Republican Party and the next is the Democrats. Here, Democrats were the left wing, or you can say the leftist wing. So they worked around the social equality, liberty to all and so on. Then we have Republican parties who followed the right wings, or you can say the rightist. They talked about the philosophies of authority and individualism. Well, here our third part of the video ends. Thank you.